Oh, forgot I went live. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Look at the sky. It's got clouds. We are heading into Gettysburg. I'm going into a checkup, doctor's appointment, and it's at 9:30, so I've got some time to kill. So I thought I would kill it with y'all. Um, and I was originally going to stop at Bantam, but then I realized my blood pressure will read high because of the caffeine, so I'm not going to go and get coffee before I go to the doctor. I hope you're doing well. How was your weekend? We had the Christmas festival here. I went on Saturday. I didn't go on Friday. I just it's what is it? 16 degrees right now. I'm over this. Too soon, folks. Too soon. So I didn't go to the tree lighting. I've gone to them before, but quite frankly, being shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of people out in public in this day and age, I'm not really keen on it. And it's freezing. I'll do it in the summer if I have to, but wintertime, nah. But I went walked around on Saturday for a bit, and it was nice. It was looked like a good turnout, and stopped in and talked to a couple friends, met a couple listeners, and it was nice. I was only there for maybe a half hour or something like that. I'm a wimp when it comes to cold weather. Get me out of it as fast as you can. And so that's what I did. So then what did I do Saturday? Oh, and then we had our Christmas party Saturday night. That's right. That was the big event. We had our Christmas party Saturday night at the Farnsworth House, Sweeney's Tavern. And it was fun. It was nice to see everybody. I think, it was nice to see everybody, but I just, I got to float around, so I don't really get to, camp out somewhere and hold court. I have to kind of go around, but it looked like a lot of smiling faces and nice conversations going on. No fist fights, that was good. And we had a good time. J.D. Hewitt showed up, and Eric Dorr showed up, and who else was there? Of course, Court and Mikey B. Tad wasn't there because he was in Los Angeles, and Bethany was there, and a whole bunch of people I haven't seen in a few years. Just a bunch of people, and it was nice. It was nice. Thanks, Matt. I will. That's the first thing I'm going to do is go get coffee after the doctor. Wundermonkey says, genuinely bummed that I missed the festival and the party. It should be the other way around. And now I'm going to miss Krampus at Bantam. Well, listen, man, life gets in the way of fun a lot of times. So, it happens. It happens. Morning, Don. Morning, Phil. Ron says, morning, Matt. Last day in Key West. Back to freezing Chicago tomorrow. I agree. Too soon for this freezing weather. It is. And, you sometimes start to think, well, maybe it'll be an early spring. But usually, when the cold comes this early, it stays a little longer. So, what are you gonna do, right? You can't. What am I gonna do? I can't change the weather. Right now, I can't move somewhere warm, and I don't want to. Maybe half the year, but not all year. And you just gotta do what you gotta do. Edward says, good morning, greetings from Omaha, happy holidays. Greetings from Gettysburg, Omaha. And Karen says, Karen says hi. Calvin says, any snow moving y'all's way in southern PA? I don't know. I haven't heard people talking about it. I don't live by the forecast, so I couldn't tell you. But I haven't heard yet. Usually Cindy will, in the evening, right before we sit down and watch whatever we're watching, she'll look at the phone and go, "Oh God, it's supposed to snow on Thursday." And then I go, "Okay." And then I try to save my back for the shoveling. Dennis says, "Good morning. Richmond has snow on the ground and is 18 degrees. This is for the birds, folks. For the birds." Well, it's nice. I guess that's one of the advantages of living south of here is you get 2 degrees. Tim Day, good morning. Sunny day in New Hampshire. Very nice. Good for you. It's not bad. It's just, your white flat clouds. I forget what they call these. We still got the sun. Good point, Don. The birds aren't loving it either. Calvin says, started snowing about 45 minutes ago, and there's already a good 1/4 inch on the ground. Where are you, Calvin? Ty says, sorry I missed the party, but Matt and I couldn't come to an agreement on which role we would play during our rendition of Baby It's Cold Outside. I know. Though both of us could do the guy's part, I still feel like my delivery is better for that part. You definitely, especially after running away from the bees at Antietam, you definitely have proven that you have more of the feminine qualities. So I still hold firm that I should do the Dean Martin part. -6 at 6 a.m. here, Kevin. Kevin, where are you? Minnesota? Valerie says it was 1 when I got up this morning. No thank you. Ugh. We'll go around the first day since we lose service on the 2nd and 3rd. Mid-Michigan, okay. Remind me not to visit there this time of year. Morning, 62nd, how are you? Give you a little bit of an angle there. Not Minnesota. I'm 300 miles north of you in central New York State. Oh, okay. Hoofa. There's Barbara. Barbara says, I want to see the 6 entrances to the Jenny Wade House. All right, I'll take you down there. It's 3. 3 entrances, and I think at least one of them is quite large. So we'll take you there and I'll show you. TC Day Law says, Christmas party was great. Great cross-section of Getty's nerds. Yes, the OG Getty's nerds, the original Getty's nerds. That's who they are. And it was nice to see everybody, like I said. It was funny, Mikey B called me earlier and he's like, do I have to be social tonight? And I said, yes, Mikey, you're a celebrity now and you have to meet your adoring public and rub elbows with them. And he's like, but it's so cold, I don't want to leave the house. And I go, listen, I'm driving home from the damn Christmas festival now, frozen to the bone, got the dog out. I know as soon as I get in there and it's all warm and cozy, I'm not going to want to leave either. And I'm probably going to take a nap. And I'm really not going to want to leave. But we must do this for the people. And he came out and hawked his candles. 60-second, good morning from Western PA. Thank you for the drive. You're welcome. Oh, we got two of 60 seconds. 60-second Bugler and 60-second Katie, both of whom I met. Was it in the spring? Was it this year or last year that I met you guys out at the Rupp House? It was this year in July, okay. Ty says, can't do the Doris Day part. Refuse to be a part of such alliteration in names. I will admit that your experience putting things in people's drinks does feel... How did I know? As soon as I said that, I was like, oh God, he's got to make a joke like that. I said the delivery of the lyrics, suave, cool, debonair, buttery, silky smooth, you know, that's what I meant. Ken says, good morning, Matt and everyone. Love the Christmas party. Ken was also on Thursday's show, the final public, not public, but YouTube AG Today. And Barbara, let me know if you want me to do a Zoom with you and show you how to set up your Patreon. Target Shot says, cheers from Gainesville, Georgia, Longstreet's retirement home. Thanks for the wonderful view. You're welcome. Sorry, it's starting to sag. My rear view on this car is not as tight as the rear view on my previous car. So hanging the phone from the rear view as I do pulls the mirror, and I'm constantly having to change you go around a corner, you go over a bump, the mirror shifts with the weight of the camera, and it's a real pain in the nuts. Morning, Paul. How are you? Oh, look at that sky. Look at that sky. Just a blanket of clouds and then clear sky, not too many miles away. Beber says, I actually did sign up and can get to the free feed, but I didn't watch anything. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. You got a month. Now, don't get confused. Barbara, I don't want to hear this comment or read this comment when we do our first one. You're going to notice that the player is YouTube. And you're like, I thought this wasn't on YouTube. So I'll tell you now how it works. For the time being, and I think they're actually working on improving this, you can't live stream, well, you can now, but the quality isn't good. So you can't live stream in good quality to Patreon. All right? But you can do it by making an unlisted video on YouTube and putting the link to it in Patreon's post maker or whatever. And Bing Pow, Bob's your uncle. There you go. You can watch it live on YouTube, on Patreon. That's how the first lieutenants watch shows being recorded. And that's how the freeloaders will watch the free stuff. And there's other free episodes that are history shows. And actually, I did this last year, and I think this year I'll go into it. So last year I went back to 2020, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, freeloaders, I think I made all of the episodes from 2020 free. You'd have to go to Patreon to listen to them, but they are all free. Or at least I thought I made them all free. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll fix it. So this year, I'm going to go to 2021 and make all of them free. And that's what we'll do. We'll do a 4-year delay on all of a year's episodes. Sometimes during the Christmas season, I like to put out Patreon episodes from this previous year or the current year. But again, YouTube doesn't push those like it does the Ask a Guides. Maybe I should mistitle it Ask a Guide for the first few days just to get YouTube to push it. To use GoPro for these? No, I would love to know how to live stream with a GoPro, because I would totally get a GoPro and use this so that we can use, you guys can get the full picture. Yeah, that would be great. But no, this is just my phone. And Wonder Monkey, the king of all freeloaders, says freeloaders, or it says UGG freeloaders. Valerie's still trying to figure out Patreon. Valerie, what is the confusion? Because maybe let me ask you this: do you use the app on the phone, or do you use the desktop version? Let's start there, and then let me know what your confusion is, and maybe I can help you. Ty asked, does anyone know why the Oak Ridge Tower was shortened? It used to be taller, right? Yes, it was taller. The story I was told, and it was a couple of guides who told me this separate from each other, so I tend to believe it. And if you know the United States government, or any government, state, local, whatever, you know that this is probably true. It needed repair. And they found that it was cheaper to just cut it down than to repair it. So they shortened it. And I guess they figured, well, you're on a ridge, you know. And there you go. Before you do your first Patreon live show, how about a dry run tryout? I'm going to take you through the alleys, which are bumpy, so sorry if the angles change. How about a dry run tryout so we can make sure we can all watch the free show without problems? But you could go and do that right now, Barbara, by just going into any of the videos that are available for free and hitting play. Yeah, it's so in other words, okay, I get what you're asking. You're making it look like it might be a technical problem, but the reality of it is user error is what you're saying, right? You want to learn how it works so that, okay, well, you know what we're going to do, Barbara? We're going to do a State of the Show tomorrow on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And we're going to do it live. And that usually is only for the patrons, but we'll consider that the test run. And I will make that available for free to the freeloaders on Patreon. And there's like some 200 of you, so maybe you can all look out for it. And you'll see the State of the Show, and we do a State of the Show. I try to do it once a quarter, and when this is going to be the end of the year one. Basically, we talk about where we've been in the year, where we plan to go next year, and this is going to be a good one because this was quite a dramatic year. We're going to spill the tea on a lot of local entities, and no, I'm just kidding. We're not doing anything like that. But no, it's been a pretty wild ride behind the scenes. Lots of work, lots of exhaustion. It's not going to be a bitch fest. We've got new people involved in the show who are continuing into the new year. And it's, not since Eric the producer left have I had uh, skilled or talented people who actually could be a benefit to the team, with all due respect to everybody else. It's just there are certain things that we needed that Eric used to do, and no one has been able to fill that role. But now it's slowly but surely coming together with the right people. And so I want to introduce you, although you've met most of them, but I want to reintroduce you to them and kind of let you get to know them from a different perspective, and then talk about the things that we have coming up next year as best that we can. Different projects that we're hoping to fund through the Digital History Pioneers Foundation, and to kind of let you in on that a little bit more, give you a sense of what that's actually set up to fund. And yeah, that type of shiznit. So I'll make that free for you, Barbara, but as soon as it's done being live, it's going to go back to members only. So make sure you're around at 1 o'clock. And that's simply because there's certain things that we're going to talk about in there that I don't want out for free at this point. Because people steal. Okay, so here we go. We're coming up to the Jenny Wade driveways. Here's one. I would say that's standard. It looks a little wide, but there's one of them right next to the Jenny Wade house, by the way. Literally right next to it. Barbara, here's number 2 coming up right before the building. All right, see it? There it is. And here's number 3. All right, now number 3 is a one-way, so I'll let that slide. But I don't know, that wasn't always a one-way, if I recall. So in 1999, when you were here, or whenever it was, that was not a one-way. All right, now I'm probably... No, I don't lose you on Culp's Hill. We'll go to Culp's Hill. And then I have to head over to the hospital. Man, why was 6Q not at the party? He was sick. Wasn't feeling well. And I don't think he was able to find an Uber. I think mainly it was the Uber, but I think he was also saying that he was feeling a little under the weather. Get a GoPro with Bluetooth for your phone. Perfect. Thank you, Britt. I will do that. Jade City says, love your work. Thank you kindly. Valerie says, I use the app. It's trying to figure out where everything is. I'm used to iHeart and YouTube, and then I see 3 groups of messages. That confuses me too. All right, I don't know what the app I'll have to, I've never used the app as a supporter. I use it as a creator. So to me, when I look at the app, there's an icon, and I don't even know how to describe the icon. Maybe it's a P. I think it's their logo. I don't know what the hell it is. But I think it's down at the bottom right, if I'm not mistaken. And if I hit that, all of the posts that I've made show up, and I scroll down. So to me, it's no different than Instagram or anything else, but it has all the posts. So if it's just a text post, it has those there, and it has. But there's also ways to categorize it, which maybe is what you're talking about with 3 different messages. I don't know what you mean by that. And then there's also, be aware of your level. If you're at a certain tier, there's certain things that are locked to you. If you're below the second lieutenant gets all the audio, first lieutenant gets everything. And so if you're below either one of those, there's certain things that are not going to be available to your tier. So I'm not sure what you mean. And that's the thing I hate about tech issues, is the language. We don't all have the same vocabulary, and it's hard to understand. So you'd have to show me. I'd have to see what you're talking about to know what you mean by that, because I'm not sure what you mean by 3 different messages, or 3 groups of messages, excuse me. because there's also, so there's a live chat where, or like a chat room, group chat, whatever they call it, where you can go and chat with other people. And then there's direct messages, which you can, send an email basically to the creators that you follow. I hate that word. And there's various other things in there. And then there's also, what do they call them? Like groups. Like I group shows together based on topic, things like that. And then there's 3 feeds. Maybe that's what you mean. There's the free feed, which is everything that people on the Apple Podcast app or Spotify or iHeart listen to for free, like the Ask a Guides, pretty much that's it, and the previews for the Patreon shows. Then there is the Officers Club, which is Patreon. So all the Patreon shows go there. And then the third one is what? AG Today. So those are the 3 different feeds or shows or whatever that you can listen to. But you should be able to find all the posts and just scroll like you do, for all the other apps out there. .301 says going horizontal would trump the GoPro. Yeah, well, they used to let you do it horizontally on YouTube until they decided. See, this is why I hate YouTube. They decide if you're going live on a phone, they only want you to do it portrait so that it can work as a short or a reel or whatever the hell they call it. Well, I don't want to do it portrait. I want to do it landscape because I want people to see the splendor of Gettysburg. But they don't want me to do it. Now, Facebook will let you do it. So you say, well, why don't you do it over Facebook? I'll be honest with you, because you can't monetize Facebook like you can on YouTube. And these things cost money. There's a production cost to do these. Time, gas, wear and tear, mileage. It's a lease, So that's why we do it on YouTube. I hope someday YouTube will change its mind. They don't really give you a lot of freedom on YouTube. They decide what they want you to be based on a snapshot in time. So a period of time, your channel has, and this is how I understand, I could be getting this wrong, but like my channel for a period of time was only really putting out Ask a Guides. So that's what it thinks my channel is. But it takes out the human component, which is I'm, borderline schizophrenic, and I like to do different things. And I don't like to do just one thing. And I think variety is the spice of life. And so the variety gets ignored. It doesn't get pushed to our subscribers. Forget the non-subscribers. It doesn't get pushed to our subscribers because it wants us to be Ask a Gettysburg Guide. So that's why we always say like, share, comment, all that stuff, because when you do that, even if you comment, like just run your fingers all over the keyboard just to get something there, just do it. Because especially on a like non-Ask a Guide show, that helps. It helps fight the algorithm. It tells the algorithm, oh no, people like this, so we're going to push it more. Valerie said, I caught the Tavern Talks and they were cool, but I didn't know how far down I could scroll either to play older videos. It will tell you. Just scroll, scroll, scroll. You could also, I would just kind of start hitting buttons and explore things, because you can go and find the categorized, the different, it's not, they don't call them categories. I forget what they call it, but, different categories. Like, for example, shows on July 2nd, or I don't know if that's one of them, but, and then that way you can go, oh, well, that's interesting. And then you can click on that. It'll show you all of the posts that apply. And then, you still are limited by whatever your tier is. So then you have that. But yeah, I would just explore it. Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for the check-in. "301 says, anyway, love the driving vids. It seems to be a lot of folks miss other aspects of Gettysburg in addition to the nerdy stuff. But again, no, I agree. Honestly, when we started this, we went and looked on the Gettysburg Facebook pages, and the amount of yearning that we saw from people to be here reminded us of adult Disney fans. And because we know some, we're related to some adult Disney fans. And we said, okay, that's an audience we're going to speak to. And that's why when we started with Instagram first, and we did photos and videos of different spots on the battlefield for the sake of the yearners. And because I was a yearner. That's why I moved here twice. I couldn't be away from it for too long. I felt like a part of me was dying. So, yeah. And that's why we do these, is because I know people want to just see it. They just want to see it. And I used to, when I started doing them not talking, because I just wanted people to see. But then people started saying, why isn't anybody talking? So then I was like, well, maybe I'll start talking. Yeah, so Barbara, you asked if there's a notification that'll alert you. Yes, there's a notification that alerts you when a post is made. And as I understand it, it's not, Patreon doesn't mess around like YouTube does. Everybody seems to get the notification. Britt says, RIP Eric the producer. Okay, well, he's not dead, but yes. RIP to his wonderful service to the show. Hello, 30. Okay. I don't remember it like that, but thanks. Well, it could have been different, Barbara, back then. I don't know. As I always remember, I've been coming here since 96. So if you said I think you said your last time was 99. It's been like that as far as I can remember. Barbara, I agree with you. I've never found an app that was better than the actual website. Completely agree. Can't stand apps. Sea Travelers. No, Barbara needs a gift membership, perhaps for your Getty's Nerd TM. Perfect for your Getty's Nerd. Well, yeah, that is true. Somebody needs to buy Barbara a gift to Patreon. they're out there. Just click or scan the QR code in the commercial with Court and Mike, and it'll take you to the gift link. Morning Gaslight. Ty Webb says, I'm starting to think 6Q is becoming a guide just for access to the cars. He's going to be leading tourists through the grocery store while he picks up milk and bread. That's funny. Valerie says, oh, maybe that's what it is. Does it have the direct messages like Facebook? Yes, it does. I did like that I could download and listen, unlike YouTube. Yes, you can. You pay for it, right? You pay for it, right? You can download it. 60 Seconds says, love the sight lines in the winter. Yeah, you get them. You get them here. Hell, I argued all morning we should be able to film horizontally. Barbara says, oh, she laughed at that. Okay. Hina says, maybe Portrait Live has to do with chat engagement. Keypads on horizontal mode are annoying. Fair point. But I don't think so. I think it's more to do, that could be part of it, but I think the main thing is they want reels. I said, sir, give me one like, and still he just stood there and blinked. Niam Ryan 2973. Wow, this is awesome. Love the history of the place. Cool. Thank you. Sea Travelers. Yes, 60 second viewer. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just trying to get through here because if there's anything I need to respond to. Wonder Monkey says, my wife is a Disney freak and I tell her all the time that Gettysburg is my Disney World. Yeah, it's the same mindset. It's the same vocabulary that they both use. Believe me, we studied them for a while. My beloved Disney, my beloved Gettysburg. Oh, I can't. Just 4 months, 6 days, and 42 minutes until my next trip to my beloved Gettysburg, And so we're like, well, I get that. Like, I understand that. I can speak to that because that's the way I am. So, people maybe who live here or born, raised here, or, just don't have that switch in their brain, maybe can't relate to that. But as a transplant, I can absolutely relate to that. So, yeah. Is your Facebook page going to stay addressing Gettysburg? Yeah, no, that's going to stay. And we'll eventually make an addressing history page. We have it. We just haven't launched it. So addressing history, the only thing that's going to change is the name on YouTube. And then we're going to start the Tavern Talks are going to be the first products under the addressing history banner. There was a Disney World commercial growing up where the kids get bummed and the parents say we're going to visit every Civil War battlefield. Those were my favorite vacations, or those were my family vacations, and I loved it. I like to hear you talking. Thanks, Matt. Framer says, 60 Seconds sent a gift, which is what? Clapping hands. No, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Pukash says, good morning, AG family. The weekend in Gettysburg was great, says Framer. Hannah Sinana say, I loathe having to download so many apps for things like signing up. Oh, me too. Listen, me too. But frankly, the only app you should have is the Patreon app so that you can be a patron of Addressing Gettysburg. Mike B, thank you very much, Mikey B. There's Mikey B, ladies and gentlemen. The narrator sounds dull. You could always tell when Mikey B is there. Wunder Monkey says, come on, honey, let's go ride the Longstreet Tower again. My name is hard to pronounce. It being Irish, it's pronounced Nave. The AMH sounds like a V. Oh, so it's Gaelic. So it's Neve Ryan. That's cool. Did I say it right? Neve Ryan? Joseph says, oh man, shoot me a text with the Digital History Pioneer stuff, as I plan to donate and possibly set up my law firm to try to help donate since they always ask for places to donate during the holidays. Well, there you go, Joey. I appreciate it. It's dhpioneers.com, ladies and gentlemen. UNC says don't pay through the Patreon. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, UNC. I had this conversation at the party the other night. If you ever join Patreon, doesn't matter, for me, for anybody, do not do it through your iPhone. Wait, back up. Let's put it like this. Sign up and pay on your desktop. And then it's okay to use the app on your iPhone. But Apple, they're a bunch of sons of bitches, and they charge a fee, and they make Patreon do this. In order for Patreon app to work on iPhones, Apple basically said you either do this or it's not going to work. And so they have to do it. Apple charges you a fee on top of that, and it's ridiculous. It's a stupid ass fee. I'm so glad we had this conversation Saturday because I keep forgetting to remind people when I do this. Use the desktop. Get on your laptop, get on your desktop, get on a computer, go to patreon.com/addressinggettysburg, do all the stuff you need to do to sign up, become a member of our Patreon, and then after that, you can listen to it on the Apple app. But remember, if you're going to renew, like let's say you do an annual and you don't put auto renew on, and then you decide at the end of the annual membership, oh, okay, I'll do it again. Don't do it through your Apple app. They're going to charge you a fee. It's stupid. And here's the worst part. They charge you a fee, which is, I don't remember what it is. I think it was like $30. It was awful. And then it takes 75 days for me to get it. Now, the fee doesn't go to me. The fee goes to Apple. But the money that is supposed to go to me, and Patreon, by the way, takes 75 days to get out of Apple's pocket into Patreon's and then eventually mine. So always sign up on your desktop, no matter who you're signing up for. Can you use the you can. It's probably going to want to direct you to the app. So that's why I'm saying use a computer. Just don't do it on an iPhone. All right, I have to get in. My appointment's in 8 minutes. So 9 minutes. So I will see you guys later. Yes, I had dinner with McNair a few weeks ago, Heinous and Nene. He's doing well. See you guys. Same Matt time, same Matt channel. Have a good one.